He might not be from Krypton, but he's heads above the rest. His knowledge can't be questioned. You can put it to the test. So if you want to hear the truth and have nowhere else to go, I'll give you the solution. Just tune into his show and just kneel before Zod. Kneel before Zod. Kneel before Zod. Kneel before Zod.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Fandom Zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show. Money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying money launderer in all of YouTube entertainment today, Mr. Zod. Actually, I probably couldn't launder money because it's a different earthly thing to do. And as a villain, I don't launder money. I more destroy things. You know, that's my whole shtick. Anyways, today I am here to talk about probably one of the best shows going on television today. Probably one of my favorite shows to date since Breaking Bad. I am here to talk about season 4, part 1 of the Ozarks. Glare, I highly disagree, but okay. What's up, by the way, Glare? It's good to see you there in the chat. But yeah, I personally have been watching tons of terrible television with the Book of Fett, which is absolute garbage, and other various shitty shows that I've had to watch. And I can honestly say, and of course, our favorite troll, the Glare. Yeah. And anybody who watches the Book of Fett likes Amber, so there we go. We'll make that easy. But yeah, I've been watching some terrible television, and honestly, this is some of the best acting that I've seen, some very good writing, and a steady progression. So if you guys weren't aware, or if you're kind of behind, I'll go over a little bit of season 3, then I'm going to highlight the positives, the negatives, and all that. Oh, and here he is, late.
It's cold outside. It makes the computer run slowly.
We got our favorite troll in the chat, the Glare. He said,
"Oh, he's here for his favorite show."
He said, "This shit is terrible," and then he says,
"Terrible."
Anyone who watches the Ozarks must be a JD fan, and then says, "The Book of Fett is the greatest thing to bless my television." I think he meant to say there, and he goes, "I don't even like Star Wars."
Interesting.
So we have Lemon Pie, we have Christine, we have Jenny Godden, Stone Cold Jeremy, who says, "What's up to everyone?" And we have the Glare. Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you. So I was just going on my spiel about how this is probably...
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I had to invite you because you grade things very differently than I do.
Oh, yeah, that's only because you're a putz.
Okay, let's preference that. I go more in depth. You choose to...
Oh, you like talk about some esoteric bullshit, and I was like, dude, the thing was here, and then they cut to a different angle, and it was over here, and it was fucking stupid. And you're like, yeah, but the meaning of it was fucking beautiful. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I can't get over it. They moved a barrel.
But so yeah, you give the simplistic, like, right to the root of it. I break it down deeply. However, I will say this much. We got really deep with Game of Thrones. I think that's the most in-depth I've ever seen you review anything. You had more notes than I did.
I mean, I had a lot of notes for the Snyder cut.
Yeah, but that's different. I feel like your mission is to hate Zack Snyder, like that doctor on Scrubs hates Hugh Jackman. No
I
one
mean,
really
I
knows the
don't.
reason why. You
He
just
needs
do.
to stick to more original stuff. Like I like the movie 300, but I don't like any of the superhero stuff that he's done. None of it.
Well, here's the irony. Actually, he got the job for the superhero because of how he adapted 300. 300 was originally a graphic novel, and so was Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen sucks.
300 was a graphic novel too. He literally adapted that.
Yeah, but I
Page
don't
by
care
page.
about 300 at all.
Blair says he hates Hugh Jackman. How do you people hate Hugh Jackman?
Hello, Karen. I don't know how a person can hate Hugh Jackman.
Me
Something about
either.
that seems wrong.
I don't understand it. I like having Glare though, because he's like the opposite. Like we'll say we like something and it'll be like, fuck that guy.
See, he agrees with me. Watchmen sucks.
So we're here to talk about
You
a
know
good
what
show.
doesn't? You know what doesn't suck?
What?
Ozark, season 4, part 1. It's some of the best television that I've seen since Peacemaker, which is ongoing as well. That's not the point. This show's fucking awesome.
Yes, this show is awesome. So
Marty
let's get-
fucking Byrde.
So here's how I'm gonna break this down. I figured we'd have some kind of an order. So here's what we'll do. Yeah, I know how you like structure. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll give a brief overview of the season and some things you might have forgotten from season 3, and then we'll go into the characters, and then we'll go into the ending, so that way, if we start going into things, if people want to jump out, they don't want spoilers, we'll kind of preference that. If not, be warned, we're going to spoil the shit out of this season, because in order to do a review on how great this show is, you really have to spoil the shit out of this. It's like one of those shows, like you have to specifically say why this is probably the best season of television, and if you're not watching it, you're depriving yourself of great writing. So season 3 ended in one of the best cliffhangers I think that we saw in a show.
You call that a cliffhanger?
Well, more of a brain hanger, but
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was a mind-blowing ending.
Bell Reeve was sent here from our good friend Killy Chow. Welcome. Says hello, pop culture.
Yeah, I said hello in the chat. I'll say it again. Hello.
And already they're loving our channel because they love the Ozark. So here we go. We're
Love
gonna give you,
Ozark, man.
yeah, we're gonna give you our.
You know, you know what I just realized today when I was making the thumbnail that you said that you couldn't use.
Mm-hmm.
The Z has the little line on the top and bottom.
Yep.
That's supposed to be a money symbol.
Yeah, you never knew that.
It like didn't dawn on me until maybe I thought of it in the past, but today it like extra struck me, and I was like, "Fuck, man, that's clever."
Yeah, because you don't notice it until you're like up close, right? You're doing the picture and you're like, oh shit, I get it now. Yeah, so we're not gonna like go over every season, but if you've been following it, the Birds relocated. There's been shenanigans with cartels, and Marty's latest battle, along with his wife, was that bitch Helen. And the season ended with us thinking they could be in trouble because Helen told Omar that she thought they were reckless and basically tried to get him killed. And the season 3 ended with her getting her fucking head blown off right in front of Marty and Wendy. More importantly, in front
Well,
of
that's because
that
she was
bitch,
working
Wendy.
for the FBI.
Yes, and I was like, it was really awesome, but also it was pretty shocking because the way that they cut it, like you knew it wasn't, you definitely knew it wasn't Wendy, but it was just so quick, and then they fucking cut to black. It was one of
Ah, no. Omar could never kill Wendy. Oh my God.
and we're gonna get into that because when we start talking about characters, we'll get into Omar. There is a lot of development on that. Maybe we can even make some speculations for next season because when we were talking about it, I was thinking about it, and I feel like their little, I don't know what you call it, back and forth is, you know,
Who's back and forth?
Omar and Wendy's, they're back and forth.
When they're
Yes,
sitting on that little, when they're
Should
sitting
make
on that.
the bed.
can you please, mommy, enter bed.
Domestic.
Gosh. I was gonna ask PB to call you a bitch for me.
Okay, could you just maybe move that over there instead of sticking it in front of my face?
I know you know how I feel.
Oh, yes, I got the full effect now. Thank
Hey,
you. I
hey,
love you.
General Zod. General Zod.
Yes.
You're a bitch.
There's about to be another murder in this household. Love you.
Keep it on the down low. Don't forget to you can use the mute button.
That's part of the fun you get here in the fandom zone. You get domestic arguments. Lemon Pie says, "Sticking what in your face?" See, when I don't have the camera on, wouldn't you like to know? No. As you guys know, I chew. She found one of my cans on the side of the bed and was not too pleased. So, the Clarence says, if you guys don't know, he covers court cases. So if I'm murdered, I don't want nobody else on the internet covering my trial and the conviction of my definitely guilty significant other, except for the glare. Glare, I'm going to leave you evidence. So PB will get it to you. I'll send it to him.
I'm not going to be your fucking accessory.
No, you wouldn't be my accessory. You'd be the person.
I don't have a
helping
law
to solve the
license.
murder.
I don't have a law license for holding on to evidence and shit.
It's really easy. You do need an FBI check and stuff. But anyways, so long story short, they get off Mexico. You know what I mean? That happens, but it's not what we think. They arrive at a giant party, and
Dude, they arrive at the party and they meet the fucking one of the best characters in the entire fucking show. And I wish that
Javi,
he would have been around sooner. Oh my God, he's so awesome.
yes, we have Javi who joins the cast. Wish I had this actor's name.
Hector
Very-
Elizondo. No, that ain't right. Is that right? No, I don't remember. Give me a moment. I can find it on my Twitter. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, we have Javi. He's introduced, and the show does something very smart. It does not introduce a ton of new characters. It's pretty much the core cast. They add Javi, but most of it is the fallout between last season. Hey, what's up, Bianca Zombie? Good to see you.
So, Bianca.
So, let's go now that we got the synopsis right, down. Let's go character by character. Let's start with probably both of our favorite characters of this season. Let's start with
Alfonso
Javi.
Herrera. That sound right?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm looking at his name right now. Fuck if I'm gonna pronounce it.
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's very Latin, we'll say, to be politically correct. Because God forbid you say something out of the fucking 100 different Latin variations. Bianca knows what I'm talking about. Who gets offended. So we are introduced to Javi. So let's start with our favorite character first. Javi. Javi is a fucking legend. This man is a man that does what he says and he means what he says, and he's does not use any clever innuendos or any he doesn't set everything up. He doesn't like half-ass, like if he says, "Oh, I'm going to do something," he doesn't give you a time limit. He just says like, the days you have is the days you have, and if you don't listen to this motherfucker, he will kill you. So this dude comes on
I mean,
the
he'll
scene.
kill you even if you are listening to him. He killed the fuck out of the sheriff.
So the first kill. So the first, and we talked about this, not really a main character, but more of a very important side character. There's
No,
Sheriff.
he took up the role of like the liaison. Like he's playing the Dell role or the Helen role.
Yes, he's been a big kind of go between, minds his own business. But here's the crazy part about this: when we first are introduced to Javi, Javi is basically cleaning up the stuff left behind by Helen. He's going to her place, going basically living there while he's fucking with the Byrdes. And Javi's whole role is basically like Omar's emissary, right? He's kind of like the guy who is there for Omar in his absence because he can't come to the U.S. But this dude may have some intentions for his own kind of a setup. He's young, he's
Global
ambitious.
domination.
Oh yes, this is a new character in season 4. He is one of the best new characters in season 4. We'll get to the second one, but he's worth mentioning first. So Javi is the go-between. And the first time we're introduced to Javi, besides this little soiree, when he interacts with Marty, he basically warns them that who's that crazy bitch?
Wait,
the one who shoots everyone.
Darlene.
Yes, he says Darlene has to stop
Snell.
selling her heroin, and if she does not, he is going to fucking kill her. And so they tell the Byrdes, they're like, you could give her a warning because we know there's history and she's got some pull in this town. And Marty, very stupidly, in a way to try to divert Javi's attention, thinks that bringing up the fucking town sheriff will somehow stop this man. And as we get through this season, we learn this guy does not give a fuck about police, whether it be FBI or fucking the local town sheriff. If he wants to kill you, he's just gonna fucking kill you. And so the sheriff...
Hello, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry. The sheriff very stupidly decides to actually do his job this season, which is the wrong time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over to Helen's and look for clues. Oh, there's a random Mexican guy here.
And so this is the fucked up part too. I think he would have left, but Javi mostly kills him because of the fact that he knows he's connected to Darlene. This is kind of like the sheriff she uses to get shit done. So he invites him in. He goes, let me go turn the music down, takes a fucking gun out, and shoots the fucking sheriff in the fucking house. And granted, he didn't turn the music down. He turned it up and shot him like, fucking 5 times.
I don't remember exactly how many, but it was definitely more than twice.
He fucking blew his brains out. There's a beautiful shot, actually, of... He shoots him in the chest like twice, and then he shoots him in the head, and the brains splatter as he falls down like flat on his back. And then he shoots him like 3 more times. And that's when you get the clear picture that this guy is not somebody you want to fuck with. So before we talk about more scenes with Javi, because he's one of the big things that drive the story this year, his character, what do you think of Javi? What's your favorite points? And do you think he adds to the story, subtracts, stuff like that?
Dude, he totally fucking adds. 100%. He is the character that gets shit done. Like, that is all he is 100% business all the time, whatever it takes to forward the agenda, to grow the business, to make more money, to gain more power. That's what it's about. So if he runs into a little speed bump like the sheriff coming over, you take care of that problem.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you just invite Marty Byrde over to clean up the blood.
Here's the amazing part too. The thing that is really great about this character is the way he kills people. It's very like all of the sudden. There's a couple of interesting things to point out about this character. One, he's super fucking quick when he kills people. Two, um, he has a kind of a headbutting thing with Omar. Now, Omar is the original antagonist throughout seasons. I want to say like 2 into 3, kind of. He's like the big boss that everyone's scared of, and they built him up in season 3 as kind of like this really big badass. And then you get to this season and you realize that Javi is not only a bad guy, but he's like a very impulsive. Like he's smart, but he's very quick to act. And so throughout this season, there's a lot of headbutting between him and Omar. He's kind of the young upcoming guy. Omar recognizes those traits of this young upcomer who wants to do what it takes to carve his place into the business. He was sent to a business school. He speaks very good English, but he also talks business. And I think that's important because up to this point, the Byrdes have used their business sense to pretty much outsmart everyone. But we see a couple of scenes where Javi knows the same shit Marty knows. Remember that scene where they're at the computer? And you're like, oh shit, he can't bullshit this guy.
Yep.
He knows all the same shit Marty does. Maybe not quite on that level, but I don't know about you, but did you get that feeling like they were pretty even when he was telling
Yeah, he
him
knows
about
enough that you can't just talk the jargon and he'd be like, okay.
Yeah, he was like he actually talked, and it creates a good back and forth because over the seasons, Marty has been able to outsmart a lot of these cartel guys because most of them have been straight up either thugs or like the really big boss can run the drug shit. But Marty's always been good with the business end. I thought this was a great character because he was kind of the end. Like Omar was like, yeah, I sent, what was he, like his nephew or something? His
Javi?
nephew, right? Yeah, Javi, isn't
Yeah,
he
that's
like?
his nephew.
Yeah, he's like, I sent my nephew to business school so that you can't pull one over on me. And there's also, yeah, he said, Lemon Pie says, Javi knows how to use Google. Yep, there was that scene where he Googled. I was like, Marty, you're fucked. You cannot.
Right,
pull the
nobody else
ball
can
over
use Google. And he's like, yeah, I can Google.
and you're like, oh boy, he's gonna have to use a lot of trickery. So, Javi has a very good arc. He's a very good character. While we're touching on new characters, there is a new annoying character. I don't know how you felt about this guy. I'm kind of 50-50 on him, but there is also a detective because now with Helen dying,
Oh, fuck yeah, the goddamn PI.
there's a private investigator too. Geez, I forgot his name because he annoyed me so much.
Echo Marty's sentiment exactly. Fucking hate that guy.
Dude, I hated him, and it's not he's a bad character for everybody watching. He's
Oh no, he
actually
does his. No, he's a great actor, great character. That's why I hate him so much.
yeah, he is really fucking good, and
Like
it
he's just a huge fucking douche, man. It's like he's always bothering them, at the most fucking inopportune times where it's like, why are you like they literally have a moment where they're having supper as a family finally, and that's when the fuck you show up. Come on, guy.
The interesting part about this detective or PI is this guy apparently, as you go through the season, you kind of get bits of his backstory. He used to work for the police. I guess he was doing some of the evidence. By that I mean coke, and but he was always a very smart and perceptive detective. And this guy, I kind of get his point. But I think when you get towards the later half of the season, you see being forced to track these people down. He's like, oh, this is far more interesting than trying to find this missing lady, because he honestly just wants a signature. And there comes a point in the.
What? Okay, now I don't understand. What a signature from who about what? Like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
So basically,
I'm not a private
the
investigator.
husband just wants the divorce to be finalized, and he doesn't get paid until she signs the paper. And remember, there's a point
gotcha.
where he's like, look, you could fucking forge the signature. I don't care at this point. I just want to go the fuck home and take care of my cat. And I've got to be chasing you guys around to try to find a lead, because as he jumps into this, he finds out that Helen's disappearance is very weird, especially when he starts pulling camera footage. Last season, Jonah held a gun to Helen, and he got the footage of that. Or he saw the footage. He didn't like download it or anything. He just got into the cameras. And he's like, I don't give a fuck if you killed her or not. I don't fucking care. I just want her fucking signature. So part of me understands his argument. But then as he goes through the season, he starts really digging into this. And now I'm kind of curious as to where he's going to play a part at the ending, because he starts to put together a lot of the shit from season 3 that they got away with. So, yeah, he becomes a big thorn in their side, and he always comes at the wrong time. Every fucking scene this guy is in is the exact wrong time.
I mean, not that there's ever necessarily a good time for the Byrdes, but he seems to pick the worst times.
Oh yeah. This guy is a complete pain in the ass, and I'm trying to look him up right now, because I'm trying to find out what the fuck his name was, and I know if I found who it was, I would be able to be like, oh yeah, that's the guy. But yeah, I haven't found him yet. Not Sheriff Lang, not Carrie. I think it's Randall Schaefer. I think that's him.
Cool, never heard of him. I don't even know. He wasn't familiar at all. Like, I didn't recognize him from anything else.
Yeah. Here he is. Okay, Adam Rottenberg as Mel. His name is Mel. That's right. He had a very like simple, uncommon name. So his name is Mel, and he just wants a signature from Helen so they can finalize the divorce. Unfortunately, she's probably fucking incinerated somewhere in Mexico. So he starts digging into their past. He finds out about the brother. He starts digging into that and finding out that and we'll get into that when we get into Wendy's side, because she's a real fucking cunt in this season. But yeah, he starts really prying into that business. So what did you think about his character? Good actor, great character, fucking annoyed me.
Pissed me off every fucking time. Like, every time that I saw him, I was like, okay, we're going to not necessarily learn something, but sometimes you would learn something. You would see who's lying in front of who, because there were different characters around when they were talking. Like, he figures out that the kids are complicit with all the crimes. and they know exactly what's going on because they all lied together as a family. And I was like, interesting. Like it just
Yeah.
lets you he's kind of a barometer for showing you where all of the characters stand in relation to each other when they're on screen together.
Yes. It was very interesting because Mel almost felt to me also like a
Also,
character.
also, fuck you, Mel.
He also felt like a character that was specifically built for the audience because it's almost like our perspective, right? Because we're watching the show, but a lot of what he asks and a lot of the questions he has was shit we were asking from seasons before. So it feels like he also takes that role of like the viewer and kind of getting these new little insights and building the dynamics between the characters. And he's basically like the new guy coming into this situation, figuring out just about how fucked up everything is. He goes to the sheriff and realizes the sheriff doesn't do shit because he writes on his card, do your fucking job. So I mean, it was pretty interesting. So we have him and the last new character who really didn't blow my socks off. She
There's
was
another
okay.
one?
Yeah, the new female sheriff who takes place of our dearly
Oh,
departed.
yeah, she comes in. She's there
Um,
for a little while, and she's like, fucking A, man, this county sucks.
yeah, so she comes in. I did like one thing. She shot down Darlene with no fucking fear. I gave her like major points for that because Darlene comes in with her bullshit, trying to be all sweet, like, well, I had an arrangement. And she goes, we all know about your arrangement. It's like she shot her down.
There will be
And
no arrangements anymore.
yeah. And it was kind of interesting because you at that moment kind of saw where Darlene's line is. Like she's crazy, but she still plays within the boundaries of the law, roughly. And
I
she
mean,
knows.
unless you're in her house.
Oh yeah, don't go to her fucking house.
Don't
Jesus
ever
Christ.
go to Darlene's. Just don't ever, no. Like, going to there's a bad idea. Just don't do it.
We'll get to that scene too when we start diving into the
Which
big.
one? Because the first one, 100% I seen when he, oh my God. Oh yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was some shit. So
Frank's a fucking idiot.
fucking Frank. Jesus. Frank, you had to have heard the rumors. Like,
Like,
well,
holy fuck, man.
we'll get to Frank's
Like,
big
what?
mistake.
Oh my God. Yep.
Like, so let's go to my second favorite character of the show, almost tied for
Well,
first.
okay, so you think something bad's gonna happen to this sheriff, or do you think she's actually going to be able to enforce some kind of law and order? Because she
This
didn't
is
seem like she really did much.
this is really interesting from the way they played
Like,
her
they
character.
introduced her, and she had the conversation with Darlene, and then she went and asked some questions of Ruth, and that's pretty much all she did.
And she survived Javi. Because remember, he was gonna kill her when Marty was fucking cleaning the house, and he worked his
Oh, I
magic.
guess, yeah, she went there and was asking questions there too.
Because I'll be honest with you, when I saw that scene, I was like, "Oh fuck, man, she only got like what, roughly 2 episodes, and we're gonna take her out." I guess she wasn't important, but no, she
Right, so
fucking.
I mean, I feel like Javi's gonna end up killing her.
I think my guess is either Javi's gonna kill her, and that's gonna cause people to go after him, or she's gonna be the one to arrest somebody that we know. It'll be either fucking Roof or somebody, but just the way they're positioning her, I think she's gonna make some kind of big arrest, and she's not gonna be able to be swayed because she doesn't strike me as that kind of cop. Like she's very like, these are the
Okay,
rules.
so
I don't care.
now, are you getting some Sons of Anarchy vibes with the fact that now they're working for the federal government the same way that the Sons were working for the CIA via a cartel. And now Marty Byrde's working for the FBI via a cartel.
I think it's a little bit different because unlike Sons of Anarchy, I mean, Jax was working his own angle the whole time, but
Marty's still working Marty's working his own angle.
But I get the feeling more of that he was never really in. It's just kind of a means.
No, but it wasn't like that. Both of them were not like that at the beginning, and they both morphed into it. You thought that they were just working for the cartel, like, yeah, we're working for the cartel, and they're like, no, man, you work for the CIA. Now they're like, yeah, now you're working for the FBI, motherfuckers. And I was like, what is happening here?
Well, we'll get to that because after that, the FBI deal goes bad and they kind of fuck them over. I think that's going to be very.
It's going to be bad for them. It's going to be bad for the FBI. Let's hope.
Yeah, I think that whole thing's going to.
Not that I'm pulling for a drug lord necessarily, but God damn it, you're the FBI. You're supposed to be doing it by the book. You ain't supposed to be fucking people over, but whatever.
Yeah, so much. So, we got our next character, the character I have in the background there. Obviously, my personal favorite character. That
Marty Byrde?
No, Ruth. Fucking love Ruth. I've loved Ruth since season 1. Ruth goes through some shit this season, boy. I did not think they could fuck her character over more than they did the last seasons, and the writers said, "Hold my beer." Oh boy, Ruth goes through some shit in this season. And she's also proves that she may in fact be possibly more clever than Marty. Ruth has a couple of great moments to shine. She's
more clever than Marty fucking Byrde.
More clever than Marty fucking Byrde. Yeah, I think he taught her a little bit too much. She always had that sliver of she had potential, but I think Marty kind of mentoring her took it kind of to the next level, and I would say she kind of excels over him. What did you think? Because she did the whole.
She is ruthless.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know from previous seasons, they were laundering money by buying real estate and using legitimate means, even more so probably than Saul did in Breaking Bad. It's very very good because it's like not only does the business turn a profit, but laundering the money turns profit too. So she took that to the next level, and she buys the fucking hotel that she worked in season 1. And I love when they do those things where they connect something that a character does, especially towards the end of the show. They connect it to the beginning of the show. I love that. And I love the fact that she brought the motel where she robbed the Byrdes in the first season. What did you think about all that and how they set it up?
I thought it was great. But what I thought was better than, what do I want to say? Regressing with progress? Or is it progressing by regress? I don't know exactly. But yeah, going full circle, like you said. But on top of that, making the most important hire that she could have possibly made with Jonah fucking Byrde.
Yes, so we'll get to that when we get to Jonah's character, but long story short, Ruth is great. Probably her best season. I do have to, short spoiler, we'll talk about this more when we get to our end spoilers, but she has one of the best scenes, and I would take the fucking Pepsi challenge on this. One of the best scenes across any fucking show I've ever watched is that end scene with the Byrdes in the house. Oh my, she is a fucking extraordinary actress.
You're gonna have to fucking kill me.
Yeah, like when she screams that line, she's like, "You're gonna have
I can't scream like her.
Dude, if you watch this show for nothing else, watch this for her acting. The last episode, some shit happens, and we'll get to that when we get to it because that's a major spoiler. But oh my god, when certain things happen that cause her to just about lose everything, and I mean,
She needs a
fucking-
mental institution.
yes. She grabs the fucking shotgun and she goes to the birds, and I was like, oh shit, we're ending it here. I was. PB, I looked at it, I go, are they sure this is part one?
Like, motherfuckers lied to us. This is the end.
That's what I said. I was like, this isn't fuck. I was so fucked up. I stopped the episode and I went back there and I looked at the title. I'm like, part one, episode 7, part one. No, I didn't jump any scenes.
Nope, not yet. Not on purpose.
The last shot of the last scene when she's in the house and she screams, some of the best acting, her emotion in this is pissed off, heartbroken, broken as a person, just every emotion all in one. She lets out this guttural scream that is both terrifying and heartbreaking. Yeah, and
That was a little light.
like it was some of the best acting I have seen in years. Her
What,
fucking
since,
acting is an 11.
Since probably Sophie Turner, Dark Phoenix, eh?
Fuck off. You motherfucker. I'll give Sophie one thing. I will give her one thing. There is one good shot in that movie when she's crying. She does a damn good job. She's like angry crying. If they had more of that and more of her acting, that would have been a better movie. But never mind. I'm not gonna fucking get it back. Not bringing myself back to that dark place. Only watched it once. I will never watch that movie again. But yeah, Ruth in this is great. She's very inventive. She kicks up her.
You're 100% right. She turned it up to 11. I can only imagine what part 2 is going to be like, because it's gonna. I assume that it's going to start with where the fuck is she driving to? She's driving around for Javi. You know what I was thinking about as I was watching all of part 1? Like, this isn't a spoiler or anything. I went back and I started watching season 1, and it seemed like when they were first talking about it, they were always talking about the miles of coastline that it has. It's got more coastline in California on the lake because of the weird shape of it and all that. And then Marty Byrde's out there in a fucking boat tooling around, and people are on boats. It seems like we've gotten away from the boats more and more. Like, you see people driving around in cars everywhere now.
They did bring back some of the boat scenes with the barge and Javi and Byrde going from like the barge to the mainland. That was pretty much the only boat scenes. Whereas if you look at a season like season 2, they literally had a fucking church on the river was most of the seasons with that preacher. Most of the times you saw him out in the fucking river preaching. So yeah, you're right. They did step down a lot of the water.
It seems like it was less about the water, how it that's what it was sold around. Like, yeah, we're gonna be moving all of our drugs and moving everything on the water because they can't catch us on the water. And I don't remember what episode it is exactly, where the sheriff says, I got like 8,000 miles of coastline and 8 boats.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this season was a lot about swinging it back to the first season. And I think I said this to you before. The interesting part about part 1 is while I was watching it, I never got a feeling like they were setting up too much stuff that they can't finish at the end. I felt like you could feel the end coming. My whole thing that I thought was, how the fuck are they going to do 7 more episodes? And we'll get into that once we talk about the very ending. But just the way structurally, every episode is great. They're all very quick pace, but it
I think it
all
lulls,
feels,
and I think it lulls a little in the middle. There's not as
yeah,
many
yeah, a tad bit.
decisions made in what was it, episode 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
It slowed down a little bit, and then once you get towards the end of episode 5, gosh, I wish I could remember how it ended. After that, I was like, okay, things are starting to pick up again. People are making decisions, things are happening, and then 6 and 7, excellent, fucking excellent. Some of the best
And we
TV
got
that you'll ever
Justin
see.
Proper in the chat. Hey,
What's
Proper,
up,
what's up?
homo?
We're talking some Ozarks. We're going through the characters, giving breakdowns. We're gonna get into spoilers here soon. Just I forgot how many fucking characters there are for us to talk about, so we'll kind of rapid fire through some of these. So
Ooh,
that
Justin's got the hots for Killjoy Jake. You see that?
yeah, he's a great guy. What the fuck is an Ozark? Of course, Justin would say that. Go on Netflix and watch it. You're depriving yourself of great TV.
Yeah, what the hell, guy? Like, don't worry, it's not animated. Yeah, fucking butts.
So Ruth has a great development. Now you kind of like swung me into my next favorite character, Jonah. Jonah, I don't know about you. I saw a lot of mixed things on Jonah. I'm
Dude,
sorry,
he grew like a foot.
Justin, this is tough for me to say, but I'm gonna say on a writing and technical level,
Yes.
it's probably better than Cobra Kai. I'm just being real. If Cobra Kai is fun, it's got great writing, it's smart and clever.
Replace the karate with murder
and drugs. But yeah, this is a different kind of show. It's more I would kind of compare it more with Breaking Bad than Cobra Kai. They're two very separate things. But no, so we get into Jonah. Jonah is very angry this season, and I don't know about you.
Shit, man. Like,
oh yeah,
so like fucking Bruce Banner angry.
I liked it. I thought it was it didn't feel weird. It
Like,
felt
okay,
very,
he is exclusively pissed off about one reason.
and I thought that was good, keeping that focus on that, because that makes sense. And I rewatched season 3, right? If you rewatch season 3 and how they built up that bond very slowly, I could buy him being that angry, because like Wendy's brother was the only one who really got Jonah and really encouraged him, and they kind of and was almost pushing him away from the bad parts and making him see how fucked up their choices were.
Don't money launder, little man.
And yeah, I agree. That's a great analogy. It's Breaking Bad meets Parks and Rec. I could definitely see that. If
Oh
Parks
my
and
God,
Rec
Justin, yes, you will laugh watching Ozark. 100%. Marty Byrde will make you fucking laugh.
He does say some funny shit. When he puts Wendy in her place, I'm not gonna lie, I laugh. I'm like, there you go, man. Reclaim your balls. Get the balls out of her purse, man.
Dude, I've never seen, like, you think that he's like just getting pushed around, but he's like, you know what? I'm just one of those people where I have my breaking point, and when you push me to it, and then you hear the repercussions, he just fucking cuts through you like a goddamn lightsaber.
I'll say this much. Marty Byrde has some fucking epic SmackDown episodes, and we'll get to that when we get to his character, but he has some epic SmackDown moments where he lays truth on Wendy. My favorite line, just because of how Jason Bateman delivers the line, is so fucking great, where she had Jonah's computer flagged and he had to come and fix it, and he just looks at Wendy and he goes, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Like, because I was thinking that. I swear to God, PB, before he said it, I was like, is this bitch out of her mind? And then he says that line right afterwards, and I go, holy fuck, the writers are they here?
Oh yeah, they're here. They know what you're thinking. They got it figured out.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this is some like ESP type shit. But yeah, Jonah's very angry, very bitter, and we start to see him work with the competition. Him and Ruth bond. And here's my hypothesis. I don't know. Maybe it's weird, but
They
we
like
have
drinking together now.
Yeah, but okay. So you have Darlene and Ruth's brother, which is fucking almost Game of Thrones weird. I mean, they're not related, but Jesus, that's just wrong. Okay, that's too old. But anyways,
he's 19 and she's like 69.
yeah, it's fucking gross. So I was saying, are we feeling Ruth and Jonah? Like, I was rooting for them to hook up. That made most logical sense to me.
Okay, how old is he now? I don't think he's 18 yet, so it's still legally uncouth, correct?
I mean, I would have to check on that. I don't know how
I don't
old
think
he is
that
or
he's
what the
18.
time
I don't
is.
think he was 18 yet.
Because he's fucking
That's what I'm saying. He grew a whole
big.
bunch. He's
It was
gigantic
throwing me
now. I
off.
was
I'm
like,
like, how old is he?
what the fuck, man?
I
Fucking
mean, he's still in
season.
high school.
Like, okay, so when they start the season and they're in that fucking van together and they just pan to the back seat, I was like, is that a different? Holy fucking shit, he's huge.
And here's the thing, though, that may make it okay because he was talking about college. So we know he's got to be
Okay,
getting.
anyway, yes. Shipping Ruth and Jonah, yes.
Yes, we ship Ruth and Jonah. I don't
100%.
give.
Why not? Like, okay, Marty already treats her like a daughter, so why the fuck not?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be. It would make the most logical sense. But long story short, they bond. Jonah's angry. Dude, I loved the scenes with Jonah just basically telling Wendy to go fuck herself. I don't know about you. Maybe it's because I hate her character so much. But
I
okay,
mean,
you're more objective.
I am?
I
Dude, wait,
yeah,
objective about who?
about Wendy because you're
I
on
oh,
team.
I mean, Wendy's hot.
Exactly. I can't look
Like,
past her bitchiness.
woo,
But anyways,
woo.
so Jonah lays the smack down on Wendy. But
I
I'm
would have
listening
made
to
that video with Wendy too. Fuck you, Marty Byrde. I'm sorry.
but now here's the interesting thing about this though. I could not disagree with what Jonah was saying because everything he said kind of made sense. It's like she killed her own brother. It doesn't get more ruthless than that. And this is a spoiler from season 3, I guess, but she let the cartel kill her brother. Like, is there even
What
a
do you mean?
fucking redemption to
She
that?
didn't let the cartel kill her brother. She told the cartel to kill her brother.
Yeah, I mean, the way you're painting it, that's 20 times worse. You know what I mean?
No, like 100%. They talked about it, and Wendy Byrde was like, "Yeah, we definitely got to kill this guy because he's gonna expose us, and whole family is gonna get murdered. Like it's gonna be bad." So, cut it.
But here and from Jonah's perspective, I don't see. I couldn't get upset with his rebel. Like sometimes you see those shows where the kids get angry at the parents, and you get fucking annoyed with the kids because you're like, you little shit, you don't have a point. But I gotta tell you, a lot of times I was siding with Jonah. I was team Jonah. Like he had fucking excellent points, and he didn't get like angry, like
Dude, I was on
calling his
Jonah's
mom
side
a
every
bitch.
time. I was on Jonah's side every fucking time where they were trying to fucking. Well, I say they, but it's really just Wendy, and Wendy's like, "Why won't you fucking back me up, Marty?" And Marty's like, "What the fuck are you doing, Wendy?"
She's like, so that brings me to my least favorite character. Let's get this out of the way. Wendy's a cunt.
She's so
Sorry for
hot.
everyone offended by that word.
So
Wendy
hot,
is a
man. My God.
fucking. She is
Like,
the
I
most
don't know what it is
horrible
about
person.
her. Like, regardless of the lame sex video she made with the old man, just I'd be all over that.
All right, all right. Getting the fact that you think she's hot out of the way, okay?
I'll try.
She is at this point like, okay, when this show started, I thought Marty would be the one to go full dark side and Wendy would
Really?
be that annoying side character. I had no inkling that Wendy would be completely, and she is in such denial. So we actually get to see, to her credit, some of her humanity. Her decision to kill her brother, she wasn't exactly on board with. And I will give the show one thing. They do kind of give her a humanizing kind of thing. You could tell she's not dealing well with it. She downright doesn't want to fucking accept it at all. It's really fucking weird. Like, she knows he's dead, but at the same time, this story starts happening where Darlene's fucking with her and puts up missing posters, and she, oh my god, she's such a oh, I fucking hate her. Okay, so she is getting into politics, and she starts getting in with the bigwigs, and she uses her fucking brother's uh, being missing and drug abuse to platform to get a higher political position. And one, this is a very accurate storyline to what politicians would do. So I wholeheartedly don't have an issue with that. But wow, she's ruthless in that. She is fucking ruthless in this
She
season. Oh
knows
my
how to
god, I hate
use
her.
everything to her advantage. It's most impressive. I do
Even
give her
her
credit for
kids.
that. But okay, like spoiler alert. End of episode. Was that the end of episode 5? Or was it the end of episode 6? We're fucking spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. Spoilers. Darlene has a heart attack, right?
Yeah, it was 5.
Okay,
Because
so once again, another reason why I would love series to be fucking weekly released, because immediately in the next episode they reveal she's fine.
they had grander plans for that, and we'll get to that in a second.
I was
But
like, holy
yeah,
fuck, man. Like, you have this fucking whole fucking scene where she's going down and Wendy's just standing there watching it. And I was like, holy fucking shit, Wendy. You are evil. This is my God, man. And then
as
the next
fucked up as
episode starts and she's fine.
Darlene is, and she's done some fucked shit in this show. I've never like 100% been like fuck her. I've just kind of been like
No,
more
because
that's
it's like you
fucked up.
always, every fucked up thing that she did, you're like, she lives by a code and you violated the code.
Like Darlene has this weird kind of, it doesn't always make sense, but she has this weird kind of guidelines. Maybe in her own mind it makes what she does easier, but she has these weird kind of guidelines that once you get into this show and you understand her character, you kind of can not really forgive, but you understand why she does what she does. But did you see in that moment, that was the first time, I want to say first time 4 years, all 4 seasons of watching this show, where we saw Darlene actually scared. She was scared. Did you see her eyes? Like, she just like when
Oh yeah, she was going
Wendy,
down. She's like, "Fucking hey, man, it's the end of the line." God dang!
I was like, holy shit! I was like,
And it's
they turned
and
her full
it's
dark
and
side.
it's next to fucking when. That's what she was pissed off about. She's like, "I was supposed to die in my own land with my own family, and this is by Wendy fucking Byrde. God damn it!"
I mean, it would have been kind of cool if they did it that way, because it would have been like she got taken out at somebody else's house. Be like, a little bit of your own medicine there.
Right? For how many fucking people she goddamn take out?
As many people as she killed at her house, that would have been kind of a unique thing. But they do something pretty shocking and stunning we'll get to that. But yeah, Wendy still a cunt. If you hated her before, you really hate her in this season. She's full on like,
Dude, like, okay,
almost
so what happened? I don't ever remember the lawyer, right? The lawyer guy.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't even know that he was a lawyer at first, but whatever. Like, when did he transfer to like more working for them than working for the Wilkes guy? Because I didn't remember that at all.
It was more this season. Like he was on the. If you watch season
Right,
3, they
like Wilkes
started
just
laying
kind
the
of
groundwork.
disappears, and then he didn't, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, he started transitioning a lot more during season 3 was when he started kind of seeing her potential, and then this season when she goes full blown, uh, basically blackmailing people, rigging votes. Uh, she gets technology to rig the election for the senator guy.
Yeah,
I
holy
mean,
fuck!
like holy shit, she's full on. She's perfect politician. Put it that way. She's perfect. Like she belongs in fucking politics because she's getting to a place where she will literally sell out her own family. She turns Jonah in or tries to turn him in and get him arrested. That's when uh the fucking legend Marty Byrde comes and is like, son, I didn't teach you everything.
Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. We
I
forgot
love
to talk about that with Jonah. I love that. Like that fucking bonding scene there. Oh man, that was so great.
and this was great because this is good parenting. Okay, he goes, okay, this is what happened. You see now, he used it more as a teaching moment where she was legitimately trying to get him arrested, but like he would have been out in no time. And it's like, are like, are you serious? Oh, see you later, Christine. Thanks for dropping by. Um,
Bye, Christine.
So, he was using it to teach his son. Like, you don't know everything yet. You still got a ways to go before you're on my level. Because to be fair, Jonah was kind of cocky. He built his own little algorithm based on his father's work, and in some sense, he's actually improved it. But he still is not on that level to recognize everything like Marty is, because Marty's fucking ridiculously attention to detail. So nothing fucking escapes him. And I like that moment because he showed him like, hey, you're good, but you're not that good. And I loved everything about that scene. And it's funny because when you're watching these episodes, some of the most intense scenes are just scenes like that. Nobody's dying. They're just in a room and there's like this talking or there's something happening. And it's kind of building this tension where you're like, oh shit, because even that, it's like, oh, it's flagged. Is he going to get caught? And then they resolve it. But the conversation is what's important because you see Marty starting to get sick of Wendy's bullshit.
Right? I was wondering. I thought for a second there, I was like, are they going to reveal that she was the one who did this? And how exactly are they going to pull that off? Because with the way that she did it there, you're not going to know digitally how the fuck she did it. And then sure as fucking shit, the dumbest fucking character on the goddamn show fucking reveals that she was the one who was there. I can never remember his name, but he's a complete fucking idiot.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name
Dude,
either.
he gives so much fucking information away to everybody about everything all the time. Like, how does he have so much fucking the incidental information that he collects and then in turn is able to give away is unbelievable to me. Like to be in the right
Out of
place
all
at the
the
right
people to
time
die,
all the time.
out of all the people to die, I've thought since season like 2 when they first introduced him with his mother, or no, that was season 1. I thought since season 1 that motherfucker was gonna somehow be killed, and he just keeps on trucking. I mean, everything
There's
shitty happens.
asking motherfuckers for recipes after they just OD'd.
Jesus Christ. Like, oh my god, what's his fucking name?
I can never fucking. It's something simple like Dave or something like that. I
Dave
can
or
never
something like that.
fucking
Yeah.
remember.
he we'll just, for our purposes, we'll give him the name Dave. Uh, Dave, he's just been there since season 1. For some reason, this man knows all this shit and avoids everything. He's the most fucking side character.
Dude, and how much money? Like, and okay, so he gambled all of his fucking money away. He got
Yep.
addicted to gambling and gambled all of his fucking goddamn money away. How much money is he making running that shit ass motel because they're just using it to launder fucking money? He's probably making another goddamn 6 figures. Like six figure salary to sit there and be a fucking moron has got to be awesome.
Dude, and he lost his stripper girlfriend. Like, pretty much, he's one of those characters where all this bad shit happens to him, but they only like reference it when he happens to be in a scene. Like, oh, you know what happened to Dave? Oh yeah, we had to fire him. He lost his girl and lost all of his money. And then they start talking about the plot again. It's so fucking random, but it never seems out of place. He's just like that guy in the background who says some dumb shit. And you realize, well, this motherfucker knows everything about everything, and he's too stupid to use it to actually get ahead.
He knows all of it, but he doesn't know a fucking thing.
It's amazing. So, Marty in this show, Marty's the man.
Dude,
this season.
Marty is still the man.
I felt like season 3. Okay,
like if I could give him a nickname for this show, it would be Becky Lynch, because he's the fucking man.
I got that. I actually got that. So Marty, I felt in season 3 really took a back seat, and it annoyed me. I felt like
season 3 is the Wendy Byrde season.
Yeah, that felt like the Wendy show. I didn't much like it, and I think I didn't like that season because they focused a lot on her, and I don't like her. But this season, very much split up, and Marty has some pretty good fucking moments in this season. And he has had enough. So, what did you think about Marty in this season? What was your favorite moment with him? I told you mine.
I mean, I liked how they did some of the flashbacks that I was not expecting, and brought back his the old business partner. I can never Bruce.
Yep.
Like, I was not expecting that shit at all. And then I loved pretty much all of the scenes with him and Javi. Like when they're fucking driving down the road and he's got the fucking flask of whatever. Like, I don't know what the fuck is in the flask. Eyes on the road, please. Loosen up, Marty. Why are you being such a tight ass?
And he takes the drink and goes, "Here you go." He hands it to him. He's like, "Cheers." And I fucking
I was like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, I probably, or when he's in there fucking cleaning up all the cops' blood off of the floor at Helen's apartment. That fucking scene was goddamn fucking, like, those two together. Because Javi he's like, "You're untrustworthy, Marty Byrde," and I was like, is Marty Byrde untrustworthy? I don't think that he is. I think Marty Byrde is the most trustworthy person in this entire fucking show.
Welcome. You can't touch this. PB says hi there.
Hello there.
So, Marty has some great scenes. Really good development.
He's awesome, and then he got that scene with Jonah that we already talked about. Like, he seems like he's got a couple of fucking great scenes with Ruth still. Like the one-on-one, where the fuck were they when they were having the one-on-one? Was he in the little trailer park there when they were having that one-on-one?
He brought her the beer and they sit on the couch and they're just chatting back and forth. And I love that because
and he's like, "I like that you're looking out for my son, blah, blah, blah." Like, that was good.
Let's bring this back because it's the full circle thing, right? This version of Marty felt like season 1 Marty. He's like, dude, it's weird. Now,
I was just rewatching season 1, and what's her face, the chick who owned the Blue Cat. What the hell is her name?
Fuck. Fuck, I
I
forgot.
was
It's
just
been a
fucking
while.
watching it. Anyway, anybody who watched Ozark knows who the hell I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. And she's like, you can't trust the Langmores. They're all thieves, blah, 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 blah. And Marty's like, all I see is what the fuck did he say? All I see is good worker. And I was like, fucking A, man. And then I sat there and I'm thinking about season 2. I'm thinking about season 3. I was like, this fucking bitch worked her ass off to get where she is. And then I'm wondering, I was like, she's still living in this shitty ass trailer. How much money does she have stuffed in her fucking walls?
Oh yeah, she's got to have like a shit ton of
Like,
money because she's
holy fucking shit,
never
man.
used it.
She ain't bought shit, just like fucking Marty driving around in his shit ass fucking car. I mean, she's got that slightly nicer truck now. That slightly nicer Ford Trax or whatever the fuck it is. That's about it. I mean, what would that have been? Maybe 15, 20,000 when she bought it compared to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that she's been making over the course of how many years has this show covered?
Ugh, I want to say it's. I'm confused on the timeline because of how fucking uh big Jonah is now.
Right. I
I want
mean,
to say
it's a
it's
little
just a couple of
distracting.
years
It's a little distracting because he grew a shit ton. But I want to
because
say
their
that it's
daughter
only
is not going to college.
from when it starts in like okay, season 1, episode 1, when Dell shoots that lady in the bathroom, right? Let's say that that's
Hmm.
the start of the timeline to where we are at the beginning of season 4 when they're at the party. Like how much time passed in between there? I feel like it's 3 years.
I want to say 3 years uh is a pretty valid guess because that would also explain because when the daughter and the son first go, what the daughter's not even in high school, or I mean, the son's not even in high school, and the daughter's just getting into high school, or she's just in that kind of phase, and now she's scouting out college, and they're arguing about college, and he is telling her that she should go to college, and he's prepping for college, so they're definitely like he's got to be in the junior, almost senior, and she's definitely a senior. So it's like in that time period. So if we go by school years, yeah, I'd say about 3.
Okay. That's a good idea. I have to go back and check the fucking school years because that'll tell you exactly where the fuck they're supposed to be at.
Yeah, because also too, Wyatt was just in, or yeah, Wyatt, Roof's brother was just in uh high school when the show starts, and he's on his last year. And then season 2 was when they were going to run away, and he was going to take the van instead of going to college. And remember, in that season, they were talking. Roof was trying to push him into colleges because he's really smart. So yeah, that's pretty much how I tried to keep the timeline organized in my mind was by the school years because they don't really ever time jump, which I'm okay with. I hate shows that go like 2 years later or something. It's kind of like this one, you kind of got to put it together.
Right. Everything is straightforward. I mean, they have the occasional flashback, but that's a lot easier. Well, from watching
Justin
the first
Crawford said,
episode, this took a dark turn real fast. I love this show already. So yeah, he must have just got to the point where they shot the chick in the bathroom.
yeah. Hey, Jason Lee Tucker statement. What's great to have you uh watching our review of one of the best shows Netflix has, Ozark.
Dude, it's one of the best shows on any platform, period. You don't have to classify it by Netflix. Like
Yeah, I mean,
I will put this show up against anything else that is currently running, and you tell me how your show is better, and I will debate you on how this show is better.
yeah, I'd say the only one for me that's even a close contender would be Yellowstone.
I was just gonna say Yellowstone is right there at the top too.
And the only thing that separates them is their stories are slightly different. That's the only reason why you couldn't really make them work as direct comparisons, because
No, you're right. That's the only thing holding them back. I mean,
yeah,
because then
uh,
what? You got stuff out there. Well, it's not on at the exact moment, like Yellowstone just ended. But then you got stuff out there like Chucky, like fucking writing in Chucky. That's fucking top notch. The only thing that was off, the only thing that really pissed me off about that show was when Lexa Doy got pushed out the window and landed way off to the side, and the cart landed way off to the side. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? That was the only thing. That was all the other, because like all the other deaths, I was like, okay, yeah, that you fell, that stabbed you, blah blah blah, makes sense. This one, that's all fucked up. I just need the physics to make sense in the death. That's all.
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
But you
So
ain't gotta worry about that kind of shit with Ozark. Like
no,
people get shot, you see fucking blood splatter.
you see the person go flying if it's a shotgun. So
Oh
let's
my god, people go
let's get into
flying. We talk
spoilers,
about
being that I kind of led
Darlene.
us there.
We talk about Darlene.
Let's start our spoiler talk with Darlene. So
Dude, never go to
Darlene.
Darlene's house.
So if you guys don't know, Frank,
Jesus
who
Christ.
who is the mob boss for
Cosgrove.
Kansas, um, he and Darlene have a fallout starting from the beginning of the season. Now she starts her poppy fields, but he was supposed to distribute. The cartel basically contacts Frank somehow. We don't really see that interaction. And Frank says, no, I'm not going to distribute your product anymore because I am not going to go up against the fucking Mexican cartel. Pretty reasonable. Darlene has a back and forth. Now, here's where the kicker comes in. She
Hello, Rebecca.
decides to go to Frank Jr., played by my favorite actor, who is also from Power.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I always call him Tommy. I never remember his character's name in this because they're so different. But I'm just gonna say Tommy from Power. So, Tommy basically, or Frank Jr., I guess we can call him Frank Jr. He is getting a little ambitious and he wants to distribute. He's asking his dad, like, your dad, why we need to like step up. If we don't do it, somebody else is going to, stuff like that. But Frank Sr.'s like, no, we're not going to do it. So Frank finds out about a drug deal that's being called off. There's a whole big situation. Javi fucking shipments start getting hit. So he says, fuck Marty. I'm not giving you guys any drugs until I find out how the fuck the FBI is raiding my trucks. So he asks Darlene to help him out. Darlene talks to Frank Jr. She basically sets up something to where she can get these drugs to Marty so that they can get him to this lady who's doing it for some kind of research, and she needs pure heroin for her research for this drug to kick opioids. And so everything goes well as it could go, because there's a few hiccups in the episode, but they
right goes well. That's a good way to put it.
It goes. There's nothing in the show ever goes perfect. Like if someone seems like they have a perfect plan, it'll get fucked up somewhere along the line. But it goes as well as a plan goes in the show. She has to go to these militia people. Once again, Ruth being a badass comes out with the drugs. Everything's spot on. And then Frank goes to meet Darlene. He's tired of her shit. And this last drug deal really, I guess, grinded his gears. He was really upset about it. So he goes to Darlene to talk to her at her house. And they start arguing about distribution. And he found out she was trying to go through his son.
I wouldn't say that they're arguing about distribution. I would say
no, he's arguing. He's yelling.
I would say Frank just goes in there and starts going on a fucking rage rant a la Zod.
Yeah,
just fucking tearing into her, and she just gets up all cripply because she just had a goddamn fucking heart attack.
Yep.
And I was like, I know where the fuck she's going. You need to
So did
stop,
I.
Frank. You need to stop. You need to leave. You need to leave right now. This is not going to end. Get the fuck out. And then she gets around the corner. I was like, it's too late. He's boom, blows him the fuck up with the shotgun. I was like, holy fuck, man. God
Hey,
damn,
Rebecca,
darling.
how are you? Hello, Kiefer.
What's up, Cliflam?
Clifton, yeah.
Cliflam? Cliflam? I don't fucking know. Wait, I can say the first half. Kiefer's easy.
But yeah, it was hilarious. So we all saw the warning signs, and this is the great thing that I love about Darlene's character is even if you could telegraph the death, it's still very shocking because she never says shit when she's about to kill you, and I love that about her character. She just calmly walks out, gets a needle, gets a fucking shotgun, fucking cup of coffee, whatever her.
Dude, not to mention what when they who the fuck who was driving them around when they come back to the house and he's like, I need to be compensated.
Oh yeah, she killed the fucking driver after the dude OD'd,
The driver for the fucking celebrity chef guy, right?
like that would be the one guy you would think she wouldn't kill because high profile. I mean, this dude's a celebrity chef, so if someone on his entourage goes missing, people are gonna ask questions. Nope, Darlene doesn't give a fuck because he's talking. You see her reach behind the corner, and I said, "Oh fuck, I know where this is going." Once again, she fucking blasts the shit out of him, and she did that shit while Roof was standing in
right fucking next to him. Like,
that
hell of
was
a
a fucking
shot.
good shot.
Hell of a shot. Dude, she got skills. She ain't never fucking missed.
She doesn't, and the funny part is, I've seen her shoot people now. What? This is the fifth, sixth time she's killed someone with a gun. I've never seen her hit anybody around them. She is a damn good shot with a shotgun. That's a spread shot too, isn't it? Like buckshot
I mean, I don't know how many.
or slug.
I don't know how many pellets she's using in there because it seemed like it was a slug when she shot Dell in the face because it just kind of imploded his fucking head and blew the top off. But when she shot Frank, it seemed like it might have been some 5-6 pellets to the chest.
Oh yeah, because you saw the spread on that.
Right, it fucking like the whole fucking thing like looked like it fucking imploded his chest fucking all over the place. And I don't think it would look like that if you just got hit with one giant fucking slug. You'd see you'd see like a big fucking hole if you got hit with a fucking slug.
And shout out to Rebecca. She's still feeling sickish. So Rebecca, here from the Phantom Zone, we both wish you well. We hope you're feeling better. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking Ozark.
Drink some tea.
I've got something that's tea-like. So okay, so little sidebar. My girl thinks it's disgusting because I got mint flavored milk.
Dude, I just tried some mint flavored milk. It's so
is
fucking.
It great?
It is. I don't know if it's great. It is different.
I love it. I was like
I feel like there has to be some particular certain sweet foods out there that are going to go with it just well. Like I was wondering what would happen if you were to take equal parts mint milk and chocolate milk and mix them.
Ooh.
Like if you had some whole chocolate milk, like if you took like you take your full gallon, so you have an empty gallon, like you drank your entire gallon of milk, you used it, it's empty. So you can mix it perfectly. And then you take your half gallon of whole chocolate milk, you pour that fucker in there. Take your half gallon of mint milk, you pour that fucker in there. You give it a little shaky shake. You got some mint chocolate milk. People love mint chocolate, don't they?
Yeah, mint chocolate, anything really, mint chocolate chips, stuff like that.
Right. But I mean, I don't know if it needs to be a 1-to-1 ratio or whatever. What's up, geekicidal tendencies? But I feel like I would try that because my friend Tony had a bunch of the mint milk. She's like, "You ever try this?" I was like, "What in the fuck is this shit?" And I tried it, and I was like, "This is interesting. This is very interesting." I'm a huge fan of
So
milk. And I was like, I don't know how much of this I could drink in one sitting because I'm more of a regular milk person. Like, I would put regular milk above strawberry milk, but I put chocolate milk above regular milk.
So we could probably go on all night breaking down each individual character, but I want to get to the meat and bones and get our collective thoughts on the shocking reveal. So let's talk about some deaths, some things that's shocking. So first off, a lot of fucking people die. Stakes
So
are pretty
Darlene
clear.
survived a heart attack, but once again, can't survive Javi.
So okay, so Javi cements himself as a badass. So
Dude, I love the fact that he does. You said that he does it like immediately, but he doesn't. He always says one fucking thing and then he fucking kills you. Like, he does it the same way that fucking Dell did it. Like how in episode 1, Dell's like, a father should never have to see his son die, and then boom, fucking kills him. That's the same way that fucking Javi operates.
So let's talk about the shocking deaths. One I expected, one I did not see coming. So that sick fucking relationship between Darlene and Wyatt, they finally tied the knot. And this threw me for a loop, okay?
Oh my god, like I
So,
was like, oh my, they got married so that they could keep that fucking baby. It's so
oh
fucking
my
weird.
God. Oh,
And now where is the baby? Where is it? Like physically,
Ruth.
where is it?
Ruth
Ruth has the baby, and she's just tooling around with this baby and a shotgun.
Dude, Ruth. So let's talk about the whole ending. So episode 7, this is the meat and potato, folks. This is where shit kicks up, and it felt like an ending for me, but not really. I'm in a weird spot because I'm like, how are you gonna do 7 more episodes? I felt like they might be stretching it. I have to see part 2, but so Javi ties back to the beginning of this season. So he gave the birds a chance. The birds gave them warning. There's foreshadowing a lot in every fucking episode from Ruth specifically, and I didn't pick up on it until like that last episode. And I kicked myself, but brilliant writing. So she's been basically telling us who was going to die this whole entire season, because every time you see her character and her interaction with Wyatt, she says to him, if you choose to stay with her, I feel like something bad is going to happen and I can't lose you, right? She says that, like, dude, how many fucking episodes? Like 3 or 4 episodes.
Like it seemed like she said it every episode. Like, I don't know if it was, sometimes she would say that we just need to leave. Like, we'll get the fuck out of here. We'll just fucking go. We'll leave. We don't need to be a part of this anymore. We'll get on the fucking river and we'll just go as far as we can fucking go. We'll just abandon we'll take some fucking cash and we'll just fucking drive the fuck away and never fucking look back. And then other times it's, you need to leave Darlene, like being very specific about telling him that she is fucking insane. And like you said, bad things are going to happen if you just hang around. Like, and it's going to be even worse the more that you intertwine yourself with her. You're going to get fucking married. Jesus fucking Christ, God, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, she fucking,
dude,
she ripped into him. Okay, now, what was she at the wedding?
No, that was
she was not at the wedding because I really was. I was not expecting that question when they were having that conversation. When she goes, can I at least come to the wedding? I was not expecting her to ask that question in that moment. Were you?
No. But
I seen you look
again. Are you? Are we really doing? Are we doing? Oh, we're doing this. We're the only sacred thing I have left in this fucking world. My 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. Nope, she's gonna do it. Folks, she's doing it. She's twisting the. Don't do it. Don't you do it. No, take your lips off that. Take your lips off that.
She said.
Directly out of the 2-liter. Do it now.
She did it. She did it.
Are people
There's
not
gonna
supposed
be
to drink out of a 2-liter?
no. Just specifically my 2-liter bottle of soda. I get
Geekicidal
it every time.
tendencies.
Last one on the
It's
shelf.
not
As
yours.
soon as
Last on the shelf.
Cartel Guy told the birds to kill the poppy lady, Darlene, in the first episode, we knew they were both dead.
Yeah, so there was foreshadowing, but I gotta say, I think the thing that threw me off was they did a very great job with this death because they tell you basically flat out with the characters that they're gonna kill Darlene, but they never tell you how. And those sneaky bastards, they don't tell you that somebody else is gonna be there with her. Like you could figure it out now that I went through and I go, oh shit, they were foreshadowing both deaths. They were literally telling us they were gonna kill them, but you don't put it together because of the whole thing with her constantly talking with Wyatt, and then Wyatt looks like he's gonna go, but then he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna
Dude,
stay
like,
here."
just talk about fucking poor timing. If he would have been like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to my sister this afternoon, and he just would have not happened to be there, he'd be alive.
Oh yeah, because
Like,
he
he
really,
just, if he would have just not went home that particular afternoon at that particular time, he would be the fuck alive.
but so let's set up that scene. So they all come back. She's still in her wedding dress, and this is the first time. What makes this scene so
Dude, he's
great is a
in the
couple of
house.
different things.
Javi was in the house waiting for them.
Waiting. What made this scene so great is that one, we've never seen Darlene caught by surprise, and the irony of her being killed
No,
in her own house.
the only time that I thought she was going to be caught was when I thought that her husband was going to kill her instead of the way that it ended up playing out, right?
Yeah, that was the one where I thought that she might die that season because he, he had that knife and
He's,
shit, and he was
yeah,
ready.
he's like, she's crazy and I need to end this because she's going to get a whole bunch more people fucking hurt for her fucking insanity. Pretty much it. And then she's like, this guy's trying to keep me down. I gotta fucking kill him. And she pulled the trigger faster. She Han Soloed him.
And
Geek out tendencies. Wyatt was too much of a pussy to ever leave Darlene. Facts.
Yeah, I think it was more he was staying for the kid.
Facts. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, I think in the end he really did love her, but setting up the scene, so Javi's waiting for them. It says his clever one-liner. He was like, "Didn't we tell you to stop?" And before she has a chance to fucking even like say, try that charm, boom, right in the fucking chest. Like, there's no doubt. And dude, there were some fucking stupid people on the internet like, maybe she's alive. I'm like, no, that was a hard shot. Like,
holy fuck, maybe she's alive. I guess
yeah, I heard that.
I guess I wasn't on the internet enough after that one because I didn't fucking hear anything like. How the fuck could you think that?
And DJ Record Out says, sounds like someone doesn't have a intuition.
Not on that day.
Zod says, take your lips off that. Chat thinking said, no man ever. LOL. Wookie Supremacy,
Also,
what's up?
What's up, Wookie?
So first he fucking shoots Darlene, and then in kind of a compassionate fashion, as compassionate as we've seen Javi ever give his one-liner to, he looks at Wyatt and says sorry. Like, that was like the most, like, he was just like,
oh fuck. I was like,
here.
wait a second. Wait. So for half a second there, I didn't think he was going to shoot him. And he was just gonna say sorry and walk the fuck away. I was like, wait, really? Sorry? And then he fucking shoots him square in the fucking forehead. I was like, okay, that makes way more sense.
Dude, like, You could tell, like, for as ruthless as it is, that felt more like a, well, shit, this kid's seen me, and clearly he doesn't know or give a shit about anybody's background, so he doesn't know he won't rat on him or anything, you know what I mean? Like, he has no background on that family, because if he knew fucking Crazy Ruth, he probably would have left the kid alive, but, you know, his main focus was Darlene, so that was more like a, well, you're kind of a witness now. So, and we
Right?
know
Like,
how he
what
feels about
exactly? I
witnesses.
feel like, okay, so let's, you want to speculate a little bit? I want to ask you a question, a little hypothetical. So let's say he says, I'm sorry, and does walk away. What does Wyatt do?
Oh, Wyatt definitely gets revenge. I think,
You
but I
think?
think Ruth.
See, I would take the exact opposite because Ruth would still show up. She would show up just a little while after fucking Javi left, and both of them would have to deal with Darlene's body. And if you report the body like legally, like she got fucking shot to death by a Mexican drug lord, right? If you report that, they are going to take that child away. But if you just like keep up appearances, then they're not going to take the child away. So I think that he just puss out and be like, well, I guess I'm just going to, raise this child on my farm that I just essentially purchased with this marriage contract.
I was taking the opposite because of the fact of
I don't think
that.
Wyatt's the revenge type.
Well, see, I was saying that he would try to get Ruth behind it. Like, she would try to talk about.
Ruth fucking hated her.
Yeah, Ruth was gonna have her whacked herself
That's
anyways.
what I'm saying is that Ruth
But
would be like, this
but
is
I think
perfect. We can get
he
rid of
didn't
her
know
now. We
that.
can we can take care of all the, we can run the heroin. She'd be like, or we can stop doing the heroin and we can just do everything legally. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean. But I think though, because I think there was some kind of love there. Like, he's seen the shit she did, and if that didn't scare
Okay.
him off, and he still got married, there's love there. I think he would have been the one to try to get revenge, and would have
Okay.
fucking gotten
Okay.
killed anyways. I mean,
So, okay. So then we'd be back to where we were. And
exactly. I
we'd be
think it
back to
would have
where we were.
still.
And Ruth finds both fucking bodies. So
So
where was the baby just in the back, or where the fuck was the baby?
the baby was in the front seat. If you rewatch the
No no no
episode,
no 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 no
they were
no 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 no
passengers
no. I mean, where was the baby when the two of them got shot?
crying in the other room
Okay, so
because
it
you
was
hear the
just in
baby
the other
cry.
room. Okay.
Yeah. See, and then it goes silent. And, okay, so let me
So
ask you.
is the shotgun that Ruth has the one that Darlene killed everybody with?
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
she
so
took that one.
that is the shotgun.
That's the shotgun. She's gonna add Javi. So let's talk about this whole scene because I wanted to point something out, and I know I'm gonna get artistic here. What did
Ooh.
you what did you think of them muting the sound until she gets to the birds and just like her screaming, but you can't hear it quite yet? Like,
Ooh, I
when
thought it
she's
was good. I thought it was real good.
I thought it was great. Something about them draining the sound. So after she finds the body, for everyone to just kind of set the scene, uh, she comes out of the house with this look on her face. She's stunned. She got the shotgun. They pause it and they show her in the truck, and she's slamming the steering wheel, and there's tears in her face, but no sound. They stop the fucking track. You can't
No,
hear
you
any
hear
sound.
you hear like, what is that? It's like that high pitch ringing in your ear.
Yep.
Right. That was the only sound that, like, it wasn't like super intense. It was super light, but they had, I assume they did something like that so that you had something audibly happen so that you didn't think that the sound was off, I guess. So you're
Yeah.
not sitting there fucking with your remote like, oh, my sound just dropped. What happened here? You know somebody did. You know someone did that.
There was probably someone going, I fucking hate that scene. Like the audio just cut. I was like, what the fuck? But no,
No, I
I
thought that
thought
that
it was
was real
really,
good because
yeah,
I like it was a beautiful way to represent the state of shock that she was in. Like she was, it was, it was. I mean, I don't know exactly what day of the week it actually was, but let's just say it was a leisurely Saturday afternoon because what they were doing the farmers market or whatever.
yep,
Right? So it's nice fucking, they packed up, they just fucking got home and blew his fucking brains out. So it's like Saturday at what, 5 in the afternoon, 6 in the afternoon, something like
yep,
that. Evening time, just before supper, and you drive up there and you find your what? That's her cousin, right?
yep.
But I mean, it's more like her brother. They literally lived. I mean, you can see how far apart they lived their entire lives. Entire lives.
And keep in mind, this is after season 3, where she arguably lost the one person in this whole entire show that she actually loved. With Wendy's
Marty
brother, she,
Marty Bird's still alive.
I mean,
You don't think
that's
she loved
more of
Marty
a
Bird? You don't think that she loves Marty Bird?
that's more of a daughter, father daughter kind of relationship. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
like their brother, she like fucking, that was, I believe that was like her one true love of that
Yeah,
series, and
maybe.
your true love gets fucking murdered by your
I mean,
fucking,
Wendy does have a point about her pulling him out of the hospital.
I mean, yeah, that was,
She's got a point about that. Like, the drug use is all a fucking lie. But she does have a point about you should have left him in the mental institution. He'd be fine.
like, yeah,
'Cause he was having a
that's such a
no. He had a
that's such
fuck,
a sticky
dude.
situation,
He
though.
had a fucking breakdown. He had a total fucking breakdown because people were put in a position where they were having to lie to him to
But
protect
but
everybody.
But the whole thing is, though, they only had they only told him and been upright because he got mad because no one was being honest and treating him like an idiot. So everybody fucked up all ways around, really. Maybe if they would have told him what was going on and kind of eased him into it and explained the whole situation from the jump,
I don't know, man.
it
Anyway,
would have been a lot more like, hey, and this, we're doing this, and this, and show him the steps they were taking. Because at that point, they were talking with the FBI, and he could have just been like, hey, we put this into place, but in order to see it through, we're gonna have to do some things that are a
okay.
little bit out of the box. And I think he would have
So
understood that.
Ruth pulls up to the Bird residence, and then the
Best scene.
sound on my TV started working again.
Yep. The sound comes back, and okay,
Dude,
so
I like being able to. I don't know if it was a weird mix of screaming and screeching, right? Like it was
mhm.
so goddamn fucking high pitched, and she's fucking crying while the fuck she's doing it, and just like at the top of her goddamn lungs, in your fucking face, the whole goddamn fucking time. I wonder how many times they had to shoot that fucking thing.
I know. So if you guys didn't know how talented
Like if
this
they did
actress
that
is,
if she did that in one fucking take, man, like round of a fucking applause right fucking there. Jesus
she
fucking
does
Christ.
this screaming, growling, crying thing where she's interrogating them about what happened. And Wendy and Marty, well, not so much Marty, I'm going to lay it on that cunt. Wendy is trying to like not give her the name of the person who did it. And my boy Jonah again comes in and just fucking looks. And to give context to Jonah, he's been forming a bond with Ruth this whole entire time, and I wanted to fucking tell her the pain she has in this scene. This actress is so fucking phenomenal in this scene. Like, you feel her pain through the fucking TV screen. She's lost the only guy she's ever loved. She lost now her cousin, her fucking uncle, her fucking father, who was murdered by Wendy, which she knew about, but she knew it had to happen. Like, and she said, a little bit of foreshadowing. She said in an earlier episode, why is it I seem to be the one who loses everything and you guys always come out on top? That's why she quit, because like she seems to be the one that gets fucked over. And now her fucking cousin, the only fucking person she had left in her circle from the first season, they're all fucking dead. And she goes the fuck off. And she's not trying to hear any shit. Like, I believe she would have shot. I was actually hoping that was when Wendy would die. I was like, I knew it wasn't because of the fucking car scene in the beginning. But I thought she was going to shoot her.
Okay. Now, I'm glad that you brought that up. I thought that's how we were going to make it back to the beginning. Because I assume that they make it into the car because the deal that they've done with the FBI has concluded or whatever. But then who the fuck ran them off the road?
Marty. Actually, that was all an accident. He had his mind.
I don't think that it was.
No, because if you look, his eyes were off the road and he veered onto the other side.
Sure, okay, whatever. So that's what the final scene's going to be in part 2.
I'm gathering
we're accidentally killing all of the birds.
That would be fucking. I actually would be fine with that because of the irony. Like, imagine if everything wraps up by the end of the season, all these people died, right? But at the end, they all get out, and then in fucking irony, they all die because of a regular fucking accident. That, I think that'd be a fucking spectacular ending. I would be on board. That would blow my fucking mind.
Definitely fucking permanent.
I would be like, dude, like, you escape drug cartels, rise to probably more power than when you first fucking started. You're on top of the world, and then a fucking car wreck kills you. That's fucking life. That would be actually a very realistic ending. It's just like them dying the way they should die, which is by somebody taking them out, and nope, instead a fucking car accident takes them out. I think that'd be fucking poetry.
Interesting.
If he was my kid right over the knee till he cries, Zod, with me. Yeah. No, I agreed with Jonah. Fuck Wendy. I fucking hate Wendy. I don't think it's an accident either. No. Watch the first episode, that first scene. Watch it carefully. He's not looking at the road, and he turns to say something and veers off, and then they crash. But I could be reading it wrong. Maybe it's looking like a crash, but it's actually set up to put them into witness protection or something. So the world thinks they're dead, and then they just relocate. But either way, they'd be fucked, because then what would happen to Wendy's political connections? Because she's trying to do it through political means and then have the shit swept under the rug. So I don't know. It could go 50-50 for me. I would think that them all dying in a car crash would work for me, because it'd just be like the fucking irony behind the whole. I mean, I don't know how fans would feel, but me personally, I think that would be spectacular.
Well, you're a fan.
It'd just be like the most innocuous thing that could happen to anyone.
I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I feel like there's more at play than it just being a car accident.
Yeah, I feel like it too. The writers are pretty clever. I think that, or wouldn't it be awesome if, like, maybe the car accident happens and everybody dies but Marty, I would be fine with that too.
Oh God.
I mean, R.I.P. Jonah. Don't give a fuck about the sister. Fuck Wendy. That would be spectacular. But then you have like he escapes, but he basically loses everything. So in the end, there's still. I feel like there has to be
Charlotte
consequences.
has had a lot of progression, but she's still pretty forgettable.
Javi is driving the truck. He is always watching.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like that fucking semi.
Yep, it could be Dexter. I 100%. Dexter could have been in the back seat. He's like, surprise, motherfucker. I mean, but no, so we have that whole thing. Roof, great performance. Another end scene. FBI fucks over Omar. Are we surprised? Did
Dude,
anybody?
I did not see that fucking like when he pulled
I
up to
did.
the airstrip. I was not expecting
No,
anybody to pull up.
that surprised me when she arrested him. I think she went off the reservation, that one cop, because she wasn't supposed to do that. But the FBI going back on their deal, that didn't surprise me, because when she arrested him, she forced the FBI to kind of be like, oh no, we don't know anything. We're making new terms. So I think she forced their hand, but
Okay.
it didn't surprise me that the FBI would do that. I was waiting for the betrayal. And then when the lady that I go, oh, I see where this is going, because after she arrests him, he's an international criminal. The FBI can't cover that up, because then there's too many people in the chain. So now they've got to come on record and be like, oh yeah, we got to do this deal like through the jail. And so speaking of which, what did you think about that female FBI agent? I'm still really on the fence about her. Like, I like her, but sometimes she annoys me. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on her. She wasn't as bad this season as last season.
You talking about the lady who just had the baby?
Yeah.
I don't know. She seemed pretty consistent. Like she's super fucking neurotic about how she does her fucking job, and it seemed. What do I want to say? She seems like she doesn't mind, or she doesn't want to look at the big picture, and just wants to get a score now. Like that's what she's more uh, concerned with. Like I wanted to have this guy in jail right now instead of having him work for us and bring us some money to operate with, and also take out some of our enemies along the way.
No, here's the thing that I think throws her off about, and stop me if I'm wrong, but I think this is more accurate. It's hard to get a read on her until that last moment, which side of the law she was on. Because a lot of times I thought she was going corrupt, but then the end confirmed that, oh no, she is trying to do things by the book. Because remember, she turned in that agent guy. Like, she turned in her own partner, but it didn't dawn on me yet. Like, I was still like, because of the way she was working with Marty, I was still on the fence whether or not she's crooked. And then the end was kind of like that tipping point. Like, no, she's just naively very about justice. I feel like she's got like this, like naivete, despite her position about what you have to do. And she almost like risks her career for doing the right thing, but does that really make her wrong? Yeah, it's because she like has a point. Like, when she gets on the plane with him, she's one of the few people who could talk to Omar like that, where she's like, I'm not fucking making a deal with you if you're not giving me nothing.
That was a good
Like,
conversation.
that was a great conversation, because I half thought they were gonna kill her right there.
Like
And then Omar starts to smile.
ball on that chick.
It was like, you don't. She reminds me very much of a character you can't really pin down their motives when you're watching them. Like from scene to scene, you can't tell which way they're going to go, and I think that's what makes her character very interesting. Is unlike the other FBI guy that they had in the first season, you 100% knew that motherfucker would do what it takes to get to get these people. whereas whereas she is more straight laced, but kind of plays it to where like maybe she might bend the rules, and then she does that surprising thing, and you're like, oh no, she's 100% like by the book cop. She cannot be corrupted.
Oh, what'd that say?
Oh, it was to Geek Us Out Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But yeah, I was like, it was very hard to get a read on that character. So that was a big thing. The FBI deal, it got altered. They were nervous. I loved, dude, Omar. Highlight of the season when he looks at them. I think it's my favorite line, and they're talking to him, and they hid their kids in the crypt with the money and a shotgun, and he fucking knew where there was, and he goes, and I think we talked about this before. I said I love the fact that he like scolded them like kids, and it wasn't really he was angry. He just looked at them and he's like, "Words, I'm disappointed in you. You think I killed children?" I was like, that. It was very like, oh, okay, so maybe he's not really the ruthless one.
Oh no, he's. I feel like he's killed children before, has he not?
No, I got to be honest with you. No, anytime if he was the head guy and he said Dell never killed kids either that I can remember. They were all adults. Pretty much, yeah. Anyone this guy has killed, I don't think he's killed kids. We know
All right.
Javi fucking well, but
Oh fuck yeah.
but no, because even at the baptism, when he got mad, he said, "You never bring family into this. You never bring women and children." So I think he's like old school. Like, say what you will about the drug cartels, they still do have a set of rules, and I think that like women and children are off limits as far as I know. I'm not a fucking drug kingpin, so I can't give a definite answer.
Why not?
My raccoon's only peddling information.
Saw one of your raccoons on Instagram.
Dude, I was fucking laughing my ass off when you sent me that link. I looked at it. I was like, this motherfucker.
He's a special guy.
So yeah, we had that whole setup going down, and pretty much the way they left it, Roof has a shotgun, a baby, and is looking for Javi. Predictions.
Holy fuck! Prediction: somebody's gonna get fucking shot.
So here's the thing that we've been talking about, and we've been back and forth on. Do you think she finds Javi and shoots him, or does Javi take out Ruth? Because Javi doesn't know anything about Ruth. If he did, she would have been fucking dead. He had no clue she was their partner. By the way it looked, he was just focused on Darlene. So, I mean, what do you think? Element of surprise? She fucking gets him?
Oh man, I don't know where the fuck he went after he killed them. Like, I don't know where he hangs out in the Ozarks. Like, is he still hanging out at Helen's place after they cleaned up all the blood? Is he, because he's not going to go to any of the places where she would typically go. Like, he's not going to go to the fucking motel. He's. I mean, he took care of the business that he wanted to take care of. The lady who was in charge of growing the fucking poppies is dead.
Well, here's the thing. Do we think, because they brought in Frank Jr., right? and it was kind of set up he was going to kill Darlene, but then she called him and he's like, has that conversation, I didn't kill her, blah blah blah. And he goes, I definitely didn't kill your cousin, and is asking her what's up. You think maybe she goes to him next set of episodes for some help and tracks him down? Because that would be the only way I could think of that she could find him. I don't know how the fuck she'll track him down, any other way. Because even if she goes to Jonah has no fucking clue. No one knows about like Marty would probably be the only one who would be able to like track down Javi, but the only other way I could think of is another gangster, and that would be Frank Jr.
He's a gangster now.
Well, yeah, he inherited the KC mob.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's a whole nother set of like, oh wow, I wonder where that's gonna go. But yeah, so he inherited the mob, so I'm thinking he uses his connections to track down where Javi is.
Maybe.
All right, so before we start wrapping this up, because we've been
I
going 2 hours.
don't know how the KC mob extends that direction. Like they go southerly. I don't think so.
So before we wrap this up, predictions. We'll do predictions for who we think is going to die in part 2, because we've lost Wyatt, Darlene, the fucking sheriff. Did anyone else big really die? Frank, and that was pretty it. We got 4 pretty decent people, 1 major character, I'd say, or 2 major characters, Darlene and Wyatt, because they've been pretty consistent through the seasons. So do you think we lose some more main characters before it's all said and done?
For sure.
You think Roof is going to bite the dust? I don't even want to think it. I'd like to think she wins, but that's just me.
Man, like, right. I would love to believe that she's gonna make it, but I feel like she's dead.
Glare says Darlene is hot. On that, I 150% agree. No, just joking. That's not my speed, man. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I can't even keep that up. Do you, Glare? Do you? Yeah, Rebecca says no, they can't kill Ruth. I don't know. She's got a shotgun and a baby. Ruth's not in a good place right now. Those things should not ever go together.
Wait, which things?
A shotgun and a baby.
I mean, it's the Ozarks.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's not like the baby's holding the shotgun.
Give him a couple years.
Yeah, give him a couple years. I mean, Jonah was he's just a young buck when he shot that young buck.
Yeah, and then he graduated to threatening Helen with a shotgun. So things switched pretty quickly in the Ozarks. But yeah, I definitely am going to make predictions that with the way it ended, Roof definitely. God, I hope not. But I think the way they've built it up, there's no other place I can see them going with her character. She's got fucking nothing unless Marty steps in. But if we're going by that scene we saw in the very beginning, it was only the bird. So I'm going to assume everybody else is going to fucking die. I mean, that's been a theme with this show. Like, everybody around them is always biting the dust, but they seem to come out unscathed. Do we think the birds are going to see some kind of justice?
What do you mean by justice?
I mean, come on. They've done some pretty shitty things to get out of it.
Justice could mean like the Pied Piper or a jail cell.
I don't know. Pick one. Which one do you think they're gonna go the jail cell route or
I
kill
mean,
him?
I feel like they're all dead in that car crash.
That's what I feel like too. Like I looked at. I'm gonna have to
Like
suspend a lot of
he
disbelief
rolled
if
that
they live.
motherfucker hard.
Yeah, they're flipped over and like this, and I believe wasn't that hood like dented in a bit too? It was like that. So if not dead, they're fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get to see any of the aftermath of the fucking crash at all. Just crash and cut. So the whole thing could fucking explode.
Or someone could get out of that semi, and Geek could be right, and it was Javi, and he gets out and just fucking shoots them all to make sure.
A guy can hope.
Dude, I'd be okay with that ending too. I'd be like, well, we know who wins, Javi. He's the
Right?
fucking grand champion.
I mean, okay, I want there to be winners and losers. That's pretty much all it comes down to. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily care who wins and loses, but I don't want it to be ambiguous because of the style of story it is.
Yeah, they've been pretty straightforward though with the deaths. Like they let you know, they let you know this person isn't coming back. So I feel like whatever end they give, it's definitely going to be definitive. Like you're gonna know what happened to the birds, like Ruth, everybody. You're gonna definitely get an ending. And I like I like the sense. I don't get the sense like they're going to chicken out either. Like this is the final season. They don't have to keep anyone alive. There's no there's no protection for anyone. It feels like pretty much everyone's up for grabs, and I'm enjoying it. Best fucking show. This might be a top show of this year. And I'm really fucking excited for part two. And part two, I heard drops later this year. So, we'll be back to talk about part two. Anything coming up?
Stream this weekend talking about some Disney Plus shows and how they're built on cameos, apparently. Or at least the best shows that they have are built on cameos.
Yeah.
Star power.
I just gotta say that last episode of season 3 of Mandalorian was pretty good. The first episode.
Season 3.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Book of Fett, episode 5. My bad. I kind of forgot because there was no Fett in that episode, and it was the best one they've had.
Figures.
It was like I was like, so I'm watching the episode and I gotta pause it for a second. I'm like, am I still watching the Book of Fett, or did we go into the Mandalorian season 3? Because this felt like very much the first episode of season 3 for Mandalorian. You'll understand when you get to it, but yeah, it was they've picked a very odd choice of writing for that show. I have no hope for the final, but whatever. I can't wait for season 3 of Mandalorian. So that just made me realize how much I missed that show. So yeah, I'm not even gonna tie this one into the Mandalorian universe. God. Anyways, thank God I only got like 2 episodes left of that. But yeah, I'll be talking about that. No movie news. I'm not doing any movie reviews until in about 2 weeks or so. Then they got some banger movies coming out. I can't wait. A lot of things I've been looking forward to. And they got Morbius coming out, the Batman. There's so many good things coming out. Hopefully I'm gonna have a pretty competitive top 10. I already got 2 movies in there that's gonna make it so far. So we'll see. There'll, I mean, Top Gun's coming out. Hoping to put that in my list. Hoping Morbius is going to be good. Hoping Halloween Ends is going to be good. Then I'll have some real contenders. But my next list is going to be, I think Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. I got to see 2019 is a hard year. There's so many contenders. 2019 was just dark. That's just 2018 is worse though. So we'll see how it goes. There's just so many good movies. But anyways, yep. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. And definitely show the love. And you can't touch this PB. I will be doing the 80s and the 90s. I'm working my way down. So we'll go through every year until we get to 84. Past that, I don't really want to keep going. So thank you everybody for watching. Have a wonderful night. And definitely go check out Planet Q's Queens. They did an awesome Twitch stream. You can catch that link on the Twitter, Planet Q, if you want to drop that really quick. And anything else, PB? We pretty much good? Why, yes, we are. And as always, remember the only rule here in the fandom zone: kneel before Zod.